when is this research project on Jim's loan shark going to get underway? I thought maybe you would have already been in New York.
Believe me, I would, but I just can't rush off. Haley's gonna get suspicious.
We need the information, Mateo.
I know, and I'll be careful, all right? I'll be in Jim's old neighborhood this evening.
I wish you had backup.
I'll be careful, all right? I'm gonna keep a really low profile.
You better, because these people thought nothing of blowing up a whole plane load of
these people are gonna pay for that,
and I
too.
want you to promise me something. If this gets dicey, I want you to pull.
Don't worry, okay? I'll be back by bedtime. New York will never know what hit it.
Hey, why not? I say we give the Big Apple a whole new coat of red. Come on, we can do the whole city in less than a day.
No, sorry, hon. I gotta do this solo.
In your dreams, Senor Santos. Come on, Mateo, I need a good New York fix.
Next time, all right? This is not a pleasure trip. I'm doing a favor for Brooke.
You don't say. Is this a risky favor?
Yeah, definitely. Doing a little underground cigar work.
Excuse me?
You see, there's this pipeline that runs from Cuba to Wall Street that supplies the money boys with their, their smokes.
This is about Cuban cigars?
And since I'm fluent in the lingo, Brooke wanted me to dig around a little bit.
So what, your compadres would mind if I tagged along?
Oh, if I brought you, a beautiful blonde goddess, those guys wouldn't talk, they wouldn't speak. I mean, these guys are so macho. I mean, there's enough machismo in this place to choke a bull.
Well, still, you're dealing with a potentially dangerous situation. I mean, the importation of banned goods.
I think smoking those things would be more dangerous than these guys.
What, you don't have to smoke them? I mean, as part of the...
Come on, they're too expensive to smoke.
It's my guy.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I'll be back by nightfall with those Havanas, all right? And we'll put a little room off to the side, the walk-in closet will turn into a humidor.
I smell a great cover story.
Okay. But the next time you go to New York by yourself, I'm coming.
Deal. All right, I gotta get ready.
Well, the blonde goddess will help you. Good luck.
Ah, here you are.
Oh, hi.
Well, I have an afternoon. Now I have a beautiful woman and some great ideas about how to get the two of them together.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What would you say to food, music, and an afternoon of love? I picked up some goodies at the Serving Spoon, brought my jazz CDs, and visions of us in bed all afternoon.
It sounds fantastic, but I do not have a whole afternoon free. I'm story conferencing with Shannon Baker. So...
No, you're not. No story conferencing. Not today.
What?
I was at Tempo when Shannon called to reschedule. You will be conferencing next Wednesday.
Oh, I see. Did Jamie's school call and reschedule his hours? He gets off at 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tad dropped by and requested an afternoon and a night with his son.
Why didn't he call me?
I told him that I would run it by you and let him know. Fathers and sons do need time together,
I think you've handled everything, haven't you?
Almost everything. Because what I really want to handle is you. You're all mine, Brooke. And no is not an option. You can say anything except no.
I wasn't going to say no. I just was going to say there's something that I should do first.
What?
I just want to make sure Aunt Phoebe's okay.
Sweetheart, she's in the hospital. She's getting more care and attention than anyone could possibly want. She's in heaven.
I know she would say that, but I don't think that's true. She's very vulnerable. She's very needy. Langley is somewhere unearthing pottery shards. Mrs. Valentine is retired, and all she has is the household staff to look after her.
And you.
Well, actually, it was the first thing I was going to do after my story conference with Shannon. I figure the painkillers have worn off and the shock is worn off now, so...
Phoebe is very lucky to have such a loving and loyal niece.
Well, I'm very lucky to have her.
So devoted to the ones you love. It's one of the many qualities about you that I find so irresistible.
It's so nice to have a handsome, romantic man who is also understanding.
Handsome
Thank you.
and romantic? I like
And
that.
charming. Did I mention that?
No, you did not.
Well, I meant to.
What do you say I tag along to see Phoebe?
I think it would be great. She'd love to see you, you know that.
Good. Let's go. I'll take my car. You.
Okay, here we are.
Well,
Do I have
we go.
it? Good. Jim, could you make a fire?
Sure.
That would be great.
Dear, I hate to be a nuisance.
Oh, we have been over that, haven't we?
Well, yes, but I know how you treasure your privacy.
Listen, with Laura gone, I would like some company.
Well, if you're sure I'm not imposing.
Consider this your inner sanctum. And I've hired a hospital bed, and Tricia is on her way over. She's going to bring everything and anything you could possibly want to make yourself at home.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Phoebe, I know it's been a long day. I'm sure that you want to get to bed and get some rest.
Oh, well, somehow the thought of a long winter's nap has lost its charm. However, a little drink of sherry never fails. Jim, do you mind doing the honors?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
And look what I have for you. All right, now I want you to use this. If you need me at all, anytime, day or night, you use this.
Thank you.
Promise?
I promise.
Good. All right.
Here we are.
Oh, thank you, dear.
You are.
Thank you.
Phoebe, to a speedy recovery.
Oh, thank you. And to my saviors, both of you.
Oh, excuse me. Hello?
Hey, Brooke, it's me. Talk.
Not really. Where are you calling from?
Some dive in Hell's Kitchen, Jim's old turf. I'm talking peep shows, pawn shops, SROs. You know, your typical tourist mecca.
Laura was in an SRO.
So I'm baiting a hook for Jim's fabled loan shark, all right? Hey, did Hayley contact you at all?
No, I assume she has her whole running holidays.
Good. So I guess the cover story worked, huh? I'm glad, because I wouldn't want her anywhere near this garbage.
So what next?
I guess I hang out here, flash some green, check out Jim's connections.
Are you comfortable? Can I get you a pillow?
That little one over there.
I'd be happy to.
Listen, please be careful. Because if this loan shark turns out to be real, I don't want Jim in danger either.
Dad, don't worry. Jim's butt's covered, all right? But if I find out he's lying about those explosives in his luggage, all bets are off.
Sorry about that. Was one of the magazine's investigators checking out a lead.
Something big?
It could be.
Here we are, ladies. Buffalo wings a la Thomasen.
Ooh,
Don't miss the dipping sauce.
the dipping sauce. That looks like peanut butter.
A good observation. Actually, it is, along with some coconut milk and some chili seasonings. It's a variation on the Indian satay.
Ah. Woof, woof. Boy, that would warm you up, keep you warm on a cold winter's night.
There you are.
Thank you, dear.
I think Jim should man his own booth at the DFL Bazaar.
Well, with me confined to this wheelchair, unfortunately, I'm afraid that the DFL Bazaar may have to be postponed indefinitely.
Oh, come on. FDR ran the country from a wheelchair.
Yes, but FDR only had to contend with Stalin. I have Juanita Ramsey.
And who, may I ask, is Juanita Ramsey?
Juanita Ramsey is one of the founding members of the DFL.
And the way she tells it, her family practically settled Pine Valley single-handedly, when everybody knows that the Englishes, my family, were the very heart and soul of this whole region.
So you better have your pedigree papers ready.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not much more than a mutt, Norwegian on my father's side, and my mom's mom was Irish.
Oh, poor boy.
I know you told me you you were born on the West Coast. Did you grow up there?
Yeah, Stockton, California. But we didn't live there very much. My father was a lineman for the phone company, so, well, we went wherever the work was.
How did you end up in New York?
Well, that is a story in and of itself. You see, when I was 17, I joined the Merchant Marines. Brooke, the phone call that you had earlier, anything that I should be in on?
You know, I didn't want to go into it in front of Aunt Phoebe. She's terrified. She's going to go into a nursing home one day, and this investigation turned up some things, you know, that support her fears.
I would take her in myself before abandoning her to one of those homes.
You would do that? Why?
Phoebe reminds me of my favorite grandmother.
On your mom or your dad's side?
My mom's mom.
Yeah? Where was she born?
Annie was Chicago born and bred, die-hard Cubs fan. She always wanted me to grow up and play shortstop.
That is something I can't quite picture. You know, a ball and a bat instead of a camera.
Are you kidding me? I'll have you know that I led my Little League team to victory on more than one occasion. Unfortunately, Annie never got to see me play, but I can still hear her cheering from the stands at Wrigley. Listen, if you wouldn't mind, I would love to take Jamie out and show him some pointers this spring.
If spring ever comes.
Oh, it'll come, I'll guarantee it. As a matter of fact, I'm so sure of it. I'll make a date with you and Jamie right now. Opening day, we'll go down to Three River, and we'll watch the Pirates circle up the field. And we'll stuff ourselves on popcorn and peanuts salted in the shells and eat hot dogs and ice cream. And then come the seventh inning stretch, I'll put one arm around you and Jamie, and I will know that I am the luckiest man that God ever breathed life into.
I'm sorry to interrupt, dear. But it seems that Tricia packed in such a hurry that she quite forgot my tooth powder and my neck pillow, neither of which I can possibly get along without.
Well, why don't I run over to your house and get them for you?
Oh, that's such an imposition, dear.
Not at all.
Thank you.
I'll be back in a flash.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry to spoil your evening, darling.
Oh, don't be silly.
Jim certainly is devoted to you, isn't he?
Yeah, I suppose he is.
What I can't figure out is how anybody can spend that much time with someone and yet he still remains a cipher.
What do you mean?
Well, if he didn't exist, you'd have to make him up. I mean, he cooks, he chauffeurs, he runs errands, fetches for old ladies in wheelchairs, and he wants to help us out with the bazaar. Now, what's in it for him?
I don't know. What are you suggesting? He has an ulterior motive?
Oh, darling, I'm just talking out loud.
No, but what you're saying is it seems that Jim is too good to be true.
What do you know about his romantic background? Has he ever been married?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Well, his mating instinct certainly kicked in as soon as he met you. I mean, he has moved into your life's lock, stock, and barrel.
You know, you sound just like Edmund.
I'm not the only one who's been questioning Mr. Thomasen's perfection.
You know, I don't understand you. I thought you liked Jim.
Oh, don't misunderstand me, darling. If anybody treated me the way he treats you, I'd be swept off my feet, too. It saves on shoe leather, but it's not exactly a good position from which to do rational thinking.
You know what, Aunt Phoebe? You don't have to worry about me. My feet are firmly on the ground, and I'm taking things one step at a time.
I hope you're not upset with me.
No, on the contrary. On the contrary. I'm grateful that you care.
You know I do, darling.